Hello all, welcome to my channel. Today I will demonstrate you how to bind a grid view with the row and column combination of alphabets. So let's start developing Android Studio project. First of all, you can click on start new Android Studio project. Then you can click on empty activity. Then you can give the name of your application. I'm just giving the name of my application is alphabets demo. Here I want to bind all the alphabets from A to Z letters, right? That 26 alphabets into grid view. And whenever user click on any alphabets, I want to display the related image and I want to play the voice. Let me show you what are the images and what the video, audio is. Right? See, this is the image of alphabets from A to Z. And whenever user click on this particular image, I want to enlarge that particular image and I want to play the respective audio. I have an audio of A to Z alphabets. See, whenever user click on A, I want to play the music. See,
A for apple.
right, this. Whenever user click on any letter, for example, P,
P for pineapple.
right? So this is the way I want to play the music and I want to in grid view I want to display the letter. Whenever user click on that particular letter, I want to display the image and want to play the audio. So let's developing Android Studio project. First of all, uh, I will move to the design. Here you can just click on show layout decoration. Now you can click on the design view. Here I want this text view. I want to add the grid view over here, right? So you can go for the palette, and here in palette you can add the grid view. So I'm just searching for grid view, and here you can just move, drag and drop the grid view over here. Once you put the grid view, here you can move to the design and you can check, see grid view is fine, and you can click on infer constraint. Once your grid view is available inside this, now you can give the name of your grid view. I'm just giving the name of my grid view is grid view. Now I want to bind the alphabets over here from A to Z, right? So I will just create the one variable alpha is equal to, I'm declaring it with the size array of it is definitely a string variable with a size, for example 26 alphabets are there, right? So I'm just declaring the blank variable alpha with the size 26. Now you all knows that ASCII value of the capital letter is 65, right? So I will just increment the value of 65 in my loop. I'm just declaring here variable for loop. For I in, you can just write the loop, for example 0 to 25. So my index will be started from 0 up to 25. It means it will run for 26 times. For each index, I'm just assigning alpha of I is equal to, here you can call the character class of Java, character dot, you can call to string function in which you can pass the character. I'm just passing the character j dot to char. So my j is a 65, so my 65 will be added to alpha. I'm just incrementing the value of my j, right? So what happened, j will be 65 to 90, and here for all 26 alphabets, alpha will generate the array from A to Z. Now I want to bind this array inside my grid view. So very simple, you can just create a one variable adapter over here is equal to, here you can simply define array adapter of string. Here you need a three parameters. One is in which context you want. The second is your layout. I'm just defining the layout, that is android.r.layout.simple drop down item one line, and then you can define the array of your string. My array is alpha, right? And then you can simply bind your grid view. You can just set grid view dot adapter is equal to, you can just assign your created adapter. Now whenever you execute this application, what happens, see, one grid view will be created with 26 alphabets, right? You can just move to your emulator and you can just check what happens. See over here, see, grid view is definitely created, but it is in only one column with all the multiple rows, right? So by default grid view having only one columns. Suppose if you want to define the more columns, you can set the property over here, that is num columns. I'm just defining the num columns, that is 4. And whenever I define the num columns, that is 4, it means that now my grid view will in a combination of row and column. See, now whenever user click on any item, for example, if I click on P, if I click on A, it means whenever click on any item, I want to display the related image in another activity. So very simple, I need two things over here. One is another activity, and I need images in my drawable folder. So very simple, you can move to your project, right click, new, and you can add the new activity. I'm just adding my new activity, that is empty activity. Here you can give the name of your activity. I'm just giving the name of my activity is alphabet activity. Now here in this alphabet activity, I want to display the related images, right? So I'm just moving to my alphabet activity. Here you can search for the image view, and you can simply drag and drop the image view over here. I'm just moving the drag and drop over here, right? You can set the IC launcher background, and you can just click on the infer constraint. Then you can move to the design, and you can define the width, that is match parent, height, that is also match parent. Now I want to display the image over here. Very simple, whenever user click on any particular item on grid view, I want to display the image. So I need to write the code in first grid view dot set on click listener, right? So you can just simply write the code grid view dot set on item click listener. Whenever grid view item is selected, grid view returns you the position, and that position is I over here. I want to just bind that particular, I want to pass this particular position into next activity, right? So here what we can do, I'm just creating one variable, intent is equal to where I am in my current context. So you can say that application context, and where you want to go, I want to go in alphabet activity class.java. Now I am passing my value intent dot put extra. I'm just passing the alphabet, just passing the name, and here you can simply write alpha of I. So what happened? My position will be position with that particular character will be passed to the another activity, and here you can simply start your activity, and then you can just pass intent, right? So here in alphabet activity, I want to retrieve that particular value. So I'm just writing here variable name is equal to, here you can just call intent dot get string extra, and you can just pass the name that you passed, right? And simple, I'm just passing the toast message over here. You can just bind it the message. I'm just displaying that particular name over here, and for how much duration you want to display, and just call dot show. Whenever you execute our application, what happens? See, first of all, in main activity, it will bind all ABCD inside my grid view. Whenever user click on that particular item, that index with that particular value in from alpha will be passed to the next activity. Let me just check. If I click on P, see, next activity is open, and here P is displayed, right? But I don't want to display only P. I want to display the image of P over here. So I have image of all the alphabets over here. Just to copy that particular images, copy it, and you need to paste inside your drawable folder. So I'm just moving to my app resource, and here in drawable you can just simply paste control V, and you can click on OK. Then all the images will be copied in your drawable folder. You can just open and check. See, this is the images, that is a.jpg, b.jpg, c.jpg, all images are there. But see carefully over here, the name of all images is in small letters, and whenever user click over here in emulator for any character, for example, if I click on B, then this B is capital. So what I need to do, I just need to convert it into lowercase first. So what I am doing, see, I'm just converting it into to lowercase. Now I will bind that particular image into my image view. So very simple. What we can do over here, we need to get the ID from the drawable, and whenever you want to access the ID from the drawable, you can simply write variable ID is equal to resources dot, you can call the get identifier function. Here you just need to pass the name of your variable, name of the image that is available in your drawable, and the name of the image is ABCD. That I don't know which image user has clicked, right? So I'm just passing here name. If user click on A, then the A will be available in this name, right? So I'm just passing that particular variable over here. From which folder it will be available? It is available in drawable folder. On which package, that you can pass over here. Once this ID is ready, now you can simply write image view dot set image resource, and you can pass your ID. Now you can just execute your application and you can check, see what happened to your application. Whenever you execute this application and you click on any item, for example, I am just click on P. See, P for pineapple is available over here and P is toast over here. Whenever you click on A, then you can see that A for apple is available over here. Whenever you click on D, you can see that D for dog is available over here, right? Now, not only this, whenever user click on that particular image, I want to play the music also. D for dog, right? So whenever you want to play the music, you need a audio file. So I have audio file from A to Z, right? So you can simply copy all this audio file. You need to paste into raw folder of your Android Studio. So very simple. Here you can click on your package application folder, then you can click on new and you can click on folder, and here you can add the raw resource folder, and you can just click on simple finish. Whenever you add the raw resource folder, you can just paste all your media files. Your all media file is available over here with the name A B C D E F G H I, right? So the same thing I did for the drawable folder to identify the ID. Same thing I will get the media player ID. So I'm declaring variable MID is equal to, here you can simple write resources dot get identifier. Simple. Whenever user click on A, I have a variable value that is A, but that A music is available in raw folder now, right? So I'm just passing the raw. Here you can pass the name of your package. Now you need to create the media player, right? So I'm just creating the media player using media player dot create function. You can call the function that is create, which has so many arguments, but you can pass simple two argument. One is the context and second one is the media player ID. What happens, see, whenever user click on A, for example, so A is will be passed here and it will be converted to lowercase. My name variable will contain the A small. In drawable folder, small a having the image that will be available in my image view. In raw folder, small a having the media player ID that is bind with my media player. Now simple, you can just call mp.start and your media player will be play. You can just check your application. What happens, see, whenever user click on any item, for example, see, I'm just clicking on
A for apple.
right? See, music is coming on. See, you can increase the volume also. You can just check, see, you can click on any item. For example, I'm clicking on K,
K for kite.
right? So my music is coming on. Whenever user click on any item, for example, Jad,
Z for zebra.
right? So G for zebra, and here a toast is coming G. So what I did nothing. I just bind variable letters A to Z into my grid view. Whenever user click on any letter, I'm just passing that particular letter. I'm just getting that particular letter over here and converting into lowercase, and then I'm just getting the image from the drawable folder using that particular ID and getting the audio from raw folder for that particular ID. Image I am binding with the image view and audio I am binding with the raw folder. So this is the way you can implement grid view with the alphabets, right? So
K for kite.
you can develop this kind of particular application. If you click on
Y for yacht.
right, so see, this is the way you can implement applications for learning application for the children, right? That's it from my side. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.